Ultimately, Stoicism is never just theoretical. It is not meant to be read and forgotten, but applied immediately. Ask yourself, if today were your last, would you still care about the little things? Would you let fear hold you back? Or would you act with absolute freedom? Live in a way that when death comes, you can smile knowing nothing could ever truly shake your soul. Right now, you've made it halfway through this video, and that is no small feat. In a world full of distractions, sitting down and absorbing knowledge is already a victory. But don't stop here. What you're about to discover next will complete the picture, showing you not just how to understand mental invincibility, but how to apply it to your life. If you found value in what we've explored so far, leave a sign, something as simple as a like to help spread this philosophy to more people. And now let's continue, because the most important part is still ahead. Number 6, believe in yourself. Yourself. There's a simple truth that few dare to admit. You're not hurt because others are too strong, but because you're not strong enough. A harsh comment, a dismissive glance, a failure. These things can only shake you if you allow them to. That's why self-belief is the strongest shield against external forces. But believing in yourself doesn't mean blindly assuming you're always right. It means knowing your worth so well that no one can make you doubt yourself. Imagine you're an athlete preparing for a big competition. Outsiders may underestimate you, mock you, or question your abilities. But if you know how much you've trained, how well you've prepared, do their words still matter? When you truly believe in yourself, you don't need to prove anything to anyone. Real confidence isn't about shouting, "I'm great." It's about staying calm in the face of doubt because you understand yourself deeply enough not to waver. Marcus Aurelius once said, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." It's ironic how people fear being judged, yet allow others' opinions to dictate their lives. A passing remark can keep someone awake at night, questioning themselves, when in reality they are the only ones who truly know what they've done. If you genuinely believe in yourself, you'll break free from the endless cycle of seeking external validation. You'll dare to move forward even when the world turns its back, because you know you're on the right path. But how do you build self-belief? First, stop comparing. An oak tree doesn't look at a willow and question its worth. You have your own journey, your own abilities, and your own reason to exist. When you focus on yourself instead of others, your confidence will naturally grow. Second, keep the promises you make to yourself. Every time you say you'll do something but don't, you erode your own trust. But every small commitment you follow through strengthens the foundation of your confidence. Third, embrace failure as part of the process. No fighter is undefeated forever, but the strongest one is the one who gets back up the fastest. If you refuse to let failure define you, you will never truly be defeated. The Bible says, "Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life." The real reward belongs to those who remain steadfast through hardship. True self-belief isn't built on praise or easy victories. It comes from falling and rising again. If you no longer doubt yourself, no one can make you falter. And once you've learned to trust yourself, the next step is to determine what truly matters. Because confidence without direction can easily turn into arrogance. That's why the next lesson is about focusing on your core values, the very thing that will not only help you stand firm, but also walk the right path. Number 7, focus on core values. Focus on core values. There's a simple question that can shake the very foundation of your being. If tomorrow everything you own, your wealth, your reputation, your status, were to disappear, what would be left? Most people would be unsettled, realizing they've tied their self-worth to things that can be taken away. But a Stoic wouldn't flinch. Their strength doesn't come from power or control, but from something untouchable, their core values. Think of a lighthouse in the middle of the ocean. No matter how violent the waves, it remains unmoved because it isn't anchored to the water, but to the rock beneath. Your core values work the same way. They are the unshakable foundation that keeps you steady in life's storms. If you know what you stand for, integrity, courage, compassion, you won't be easily swayed by opinions, rejection, or loss. People might take your job, but they can't take your work ethic. They might betray you, but they can't turn you into a betrayer. One of the most powerful ways to apply this principle is to decide right now what is non-negotiable in your life. Some people value honesty above all else. They'd rather lose an opportunity than tell a lie. Others prioritize loyalty. They refuse to betray no matter the temptation. When you are clear on this, decision-making becomes effortless. If someone asks you to go against your principles, you won't hesitate. The answer is already decided. As Marcus Aurelius put it, just that you do the right thing, the rest doesn't matter. But here's the interesting part. When you live by your core values, you don't just become stronger, you earn the respect of others. Think of someone you truly admire. It's not because they're rich or famous, but because they have an unshakable quality, perhaps integrity, courage, or resilience. They may have faced failure, but they never lost themselves. That's what makes them untouchable. Even the Bible says, "Whoever walks in integrity walks securely, but whoever takes crooked paths will be found out." Those who compromise their values for short-term gain may succeed for a while, but eventually their lack of authenticity is exposed. On the other hand, those who hold firm to their principles build a foundation that cannot be broken. The truth is, the world will test you again and again. You'll face moments that challenge what you believe in. A friend might suggest cutting corners for quick gains. An opportunity may arise, but only if you compromise your ethics, and that's the defining moment. Are you truly untouchable? Will you stand firm or let circumstances dictate who you are? This isn't a question for philosophers on paper, it's a question for you right now. So ask yourself, what value matters most to you? If everything external vanished tomorrow, what would still remain within you? If you found your answer, live by it as if nothing else matters. And if you're ready to be untouchable, comment "untouchable core" to affirm your commitment. Number 8. Anti-fragile mindset. Mindset. Imagine you're holding a glass and throwing it to the ground. It shatters a metal cup. It might dent, but a rubber ball, not only does it remain intact, but it also bounces back even higher. If your mind is like glass, every shock in life will leave cracks. If you're like the metal cup, you can endure, but the scars remain. But if you're the rubber ball, you don't just withstand the impact, you use it to propel yourself even higher. This is the essence of being anti-fragile, not just resilient, but growing stronger through adversity. Someone insults you. A fragile mind reacts in anger. A resilient mind endures and moves on. But an anti-fragile mind treats the insult as emotional training. It doesn't just remain unaffected, it sharpens its ability to stay calm and in control. Remember, the more easily you're provoked by words, the easier you are to manipulate. If a single comment can upset you, you've already given someone else control over your emotions. You fail at work. The average person feels discouraged. A strong person perseveres. But someone with an anti-fragile mindset doesn't just get back up. They analyze the failure, extract lessons, adjust their strategy, and come back even stronger. Thomas Edison once said he didn't fail 10,000 times when inventing the light bulb. He simply discovered 10,000 ways that didn't work. That is the mindset of someone who cannot be defeated. Marcus Aurelius once said, "What stands in the way becomes the way." When faced with a wall, you can despair. You can try to go around it, or you can use it to climb even higher. The anti-fragile thinker turns obstacles into stepping stones. But how do you cultivate this mindset? First, change how you see challenges. When rejected, don't take it as proof of your inadequacy. See it as an opportunity to improve. When you make a mistake, don't berate yourself. Ask, what is this teaching me? Instead of avoiding discomfort, deliberately put yourself in tough situations. Take on a difficult task, confront a fear, attempt something you're not good at. Every time you do, you're training yourself to become unbreakable. The Bible offers a profound insight. We also glory in our sufferings because we know that suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance, character, and character, hope. Suffering isn't something to avoid, it's what shapes us. Those who understand this no longer fear hardship. And as you become anti-fragile, something strange happens. The things that once worried you no longer matter. You stop being ruled by emotions, stop being wounded by petty things. But there is still one thing that can unsettle you: expectation. As long as you expect things to go your way, you remain vulnerable to disappointment. But if you expect nothing, what could ever disturb your peace? Let's explore further. Number 9, know no expectations. Expectations. Have you ever felt frustrated when your food delivery arrives later than expected? Have you ever been disappointed when someone doesn't